Good evening, everyone. Today we will today we will discuss about the contextualization of the curriculum indigenization, and curriculum localization. But before that, let us read our objective first. So, contextualization of curriculum. So, the process aligned with the curriculum content with the learner relevant instructional strategies is known curriculum contextualization. So, So it is a process of adapting educational content and instructional strategies to align with the specific needs, backgrounds, and experiences of the learners. So this approach recognizes that students came from diverse cultural, social, and economic backgrounds, which significantly influence their learning process. So by contextualizing the curriculum, educators can create a more inclusive and effective learning environment that resonates with all students. So teachers must first assess the individual difference among their students. So this includes recognizing variation in learning styles, interests, prior knowledge, cultural backgrounds, and social economic status. So for instance, some students may thrive in settings while others may prefer independent work. So once teachers understand their students' backgrounds um, and needs, and they can select or modify curriculum content that is relevant to those learners. So this might involve incorporating local history into social studies lesson or using examples from students' lives in math problems. So next is the importance of curriculum. So importance of curriculum. So first is enhancement student motivation by making learning relevant. So curriculum contextualization plays a crucial role in enhancing student motivation by linking educational content to students' lives and experiences. When they say learners and when learners see the relevance of what they are studying, their engagement increase significantly. So this connection can be achieved through various means, such as integrating local issues, so cultural practice, or community resources into the curriculum. So research indicates that when students find personal significance in their studies, and they are more likely participate actively. So second is prepare students for real world challenges within their communities. So the contextualized curricula prepares students to face real world challenges by equipping them with relevant skills and knowledge applicable in their communities. So this approach emphasizes critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration skills, essentials for navigating complex societal issues. So by engaging with local contexts, such as economic conditions, um, environment concerns, or social injustice, students learn to analyze and address these challenges effectively. And also that programs that incorporate service learning or community projects not only enhance academic learning, but also instill a sense of responsibility and civic engagement among students. So last is promote cultural awareness and preparation among learners. So curriculum contextualization also promotes cultural awareness and appreciation among learners by incorporating diverse perspective and experience into the educational framework. So this inclusivity helps students to understand and respect different cultures while recognizing their own identities within a broader societal context. So by exploring multicultural content such as literature from various authors or historical events from multiple viewpoints, students develop empathy and global awareness. So this understanding is essentially in today's interconnected world where cultural competence is increasingly valued in both personal interaction and professional environments.
Okay, so good day everyone. Praise be Jesus and Mary. So, curriculum of the localization. The curriculum of localization emphasizes the integration of local, cultural, social, and educational needs into the educational framework. This approach seeks to balance the influences of globalization with the preservation of local identities, ensuring that education is relevant and meaningful to students within their specific contents. So, the curriculum of localization is about making education more connected to the local community. It includes local culture, traditions, and social needs, while still recognizing the effects of global influences. The goal is to make sure that education is meaningful and relevant to students by reflecting their own background and identity. It helps students learn in a way that respects where they came from, while also understanding the wider world. So, key aspects of localized curriculum. Importance of local curriculum. Cultural relevance. Local curricula incorporate community values, traditions, and skills, fostering a sense of identity and belonging among students. So, cultural relevance means that local school programs includes the values, traditions, and skills important to the community. This helps students feel connected to their culture and proud of where they came from. It also creates a sense of belonging, making education more meaningful and personal for them. So, student engagement. Tailoring the curriculum to local context enhances student interest and participation, leading to improved academic outcomes. So, student engagement means making lessons more relevant to students by connecting them to their local community and experiences. So, when the curriculum is designed to fit what students know and care about, they are more interested and involved in their learning. This leads to better grades and academic success. So, innovative approach, dialogue and collaboration. Encouraging dialogue among educators, students, and the community can facilitate a more responsive and adaptive curriculum. So, dialogue and collaboration means encouraging open conversations and teamwork between teachers, students, and the community like parents or local groups. So, when everyone shares their ideas, concerns, and feedbacks, it helps school create a curriculum. What is thought that is more flexible and can adjust the needs of students. So, if teachers, students, and the community work together, the lessons can change and improve based on what students need or what's happening in the world around them. This makes the learning experience better and more relevant for everyone. So, next is the flexible curriculum design. Adapting teaching methods and assessment standards to local contexts can enhance the effectiveness of education. So, flexible curriculum design means adjusting how lessons are taught and how students are graded based on the specific needs of the local area of community. For example, if students in one area struggle with a particular subject or learning style, teacher can change the way they teach or the kind of test they use us to make sure students understand the material better. So this helps make education more effective because it's customized to what works best for the students where they are. In short, being flexible means that teachers adapt to what students need in their specific environment, making learning more meaningful and successful. Challenges in localization, implementation issues. The decentralization of curriculum authority can lead to inconsistencies and inefficiencies in educational delivery. Balancing global and local needs. Striking a balance between global educational standards and local relevance remains a significant challenge. So both the centralization of curriculum authority and the balancing of global and local needs are complex issues that require careful thought and planning. Decentralization can lead to greater local empowerment and relevance, but poses risks of its inconsistency and inefficiency. Meanwhile, striking the right balance between global educational standards and local needs is essential for fostering an education system that is both globally competitive and locally meaningful. Finding a thoughtful middle ground that allows for both flexibility and coherence in curriculum design can help address these challenges.
Indigenous curriculum. The idea of an indigenous curriculum was a product of vision to make a curriculum relevant and responsive to the needs and context of indigenous people. So, their aim in making this curriculum is to provide a product of vision to make the curriculum relevant and responsive to our indigenous people. So, curriculum, this is the outline of a concept to be taught to students to help them meet the standards. So, curriculum, this is the way of making the concept or the way of how the student to be taught. So, indigenization, this is the process by which indigenous ways of knowing, being, doing, and relating are incorporated into educational and organizational, cultural, and social structure. So, this is the process which indigenization, in which the indigenous people ways of knowing, doing such things, and relating to their own innate experience or practices are being incorporated into different fields such as educational, organizational, cultural, and social structures. So, they have here the three waves of development for indigenous people. So, first, the indigenization of the curriculum. So, the curriculum content is adapted from the community. So, it means that one of the content of their curriculum is adapted from their community, in the indigenous community. So, second, localization, contextualization of the curriculum. So, curriculum content is adapted in the community. So, our indigenous people on creating their curriculum, they also adapted content in the community or in the local community. So, the indigenous people did not only refer to their innate experience or practices, but they also adapted from the local community. So, third is the curriculum indigenization. Curriculum content is organized and implemented by indigenous people. So, in making this curriculum or implementing this curriculum, the persons that are involved in making this curriculum is only the indigenous people. They the one who organized the content and implemented this curriculum. So, indigenous people education. In 1987, the Philippine government passed Indigenous People Rights Act of Republic Act 8371 that recognizes and protects the right of indigenous community. So, way back then, in 1997, the Philippine government have create or make this Republic Act, which is the 8371, to protect and recognize our indigenous people, not just by recognizes them as a individual also, but to protect them from any harm, danger, and value them. That's their aim in creating this Republic Act. So, indigenous curriculum implementation of strategies at the school level. First is integrating content and activities. Second, using the local language as the curriculum medium in instruction of several subjects. Third, involving community folks and local teachers. and developing local instructional materials and learning outside of the classroom. Use instructional strategies.
So that's all. Thank you for listening.